Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly Purple Penny coin video, the live video that we hold at about this time every Monday. This is coming up to 2 years of doing this weekly. My name's Mark. I run the Purple Penny with my wife Catherine, who's over there doing the mailing. She's got a lot of mailing today. We've been here in Mawson Lakes, which is a northern suburb of Adelaide, for about a bit over 3 years. Thanks everyone for joining in today. So last week in the shop was we did a lot of buying last week. We did a lot of buying of mostly gold coins, world gold coins, so European gold and a few sovereigns, and I'll show you some of those in a little bit. Bought a fair bit of mint product, sold a fair bit of stuff. It was a busy week for us, so that was good. We'll jump straight into the news. So last week the Overland Telegraph dollar was released, and we pretty much sold out of that straight away. We only got a small allocation of that, and the mint has another set of releases coming in the second part of August. It's the Diary of a Wombat coin, which is being released in 3 forms, as I've said for several weeks now. We still have we're still able to take interest on the 20-cent coin in the card. We can't take interest on the books because we only got a small number of those, and we've got more than enough people interested in them. So if you are interested in the 20-cent coin in the card, please do let us know and we'll take your name for that. Now, I will just jump into something here just to give you some context on what I'm going to say next. When, as mint distributors, we do not get what we want from the mint. We are given allocations for most things. That means that when there is a hot new release that everyone wants, we can't just go to the mint and get everything that we ask for. And that means that, unfortunately, sometimes people miss out. Now, how are those allocations determined? I can't tell you exactly, but basically it is dependent on what we spend with the mint. And the more we manage to spend with the mint, then the bigger the allocations will get of better products. So you're probably aware by now that in September there's a couple of 2 new dollar coin releases, and of course they're currently the most popular releases. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, we don't need any help selling $2 coin releases. They just fly out the door. But the number of $2 coin releases that we get allocated is really dependent on how many other products we buy. So the less popular releases like 50-cent pieces and dollars and mint sets and proof sets and all of that sort of stuff. So it's unfortunate, but we are going to, with the $2 releases in September, take a bit of a hard line on them and really just try to allocate them to people that have supported us over the last several months of less popular releases, and make sure that they get what they want before people that perhaps only pop their heads up for $2 releases get the allocations from us. So, you know, I guess it's a bit of an unfortunate thing, but that's the attitude that we're going to take. So if you have supported us over the last few months with dollar coins and 50-cent pieces and things like that that are less popular, then you're going to get favourable treatment from us. Whereas if you've just popped up sort of once every 3 or 4 months to try and grab as many C-Mint Mark $2 coins and $2 rolls as you can, then you probably won't get a lot from us in September. Right. Let's have a look at September. There's a whole bunch of releases in September. So these are the ones that people are probably more interested in. Apologies for the small text, but there is an absolute bucket load of stuff. So we've got 2 Albert Einstein themed coins. There's a 1 ounce silver domed proof coin with a mintage of 5,000 and an RRP of $130, and it's for the centenary of the validation of Einstein's theory of relativity. There's a fairly obscure thing for you. The other Next Einstein theme coin is a uncoloured $1 coin, which is helpfully labelled Einstein and Wallal. Now, the information cards for these are available on the dealer portal, and I haven't had a chance to have a look at them, so next week I might be able to tell you more about what that dollar coin is. There's an uncoloured 50-cent copper nickel coin, which celebrates the 75th anniversary of the Australian Signals Directorate. Mintage of 50,000 on those, and a retail price of $12.50. And then the last two releases there are probably the ones that most people are interested in. It's the $2 75th anniversary of peacekeeping. Now, this is the Lest We Forget coin, and that's available in C Mint Mark with a mintage of 60,000 and a price of $15. And rolled uncirculated coins with production numbers of those 15,000. So as usual, those rolls are only available through dealers. They're not available directly from the mint. Quite a lot of releases and of mixed interest, I would have thought. The Einstein coins are a bit out of left field for me. I think, they're fairly significant. They celebrate fairly significant historical events, but I'm not sure what general appeal they have in the Australian market. The Australian Signals Directorate coin sounds quite interesting, and of course the $2 coin is going to be sought after, whatever the topic it's on. Right, the second set of releases in September, and these are all available on the 1st of September, are the annual lunar coins and the Christmas coins. Now, the lunar coins I won't talk about for very long, but you've got the usual 2 times by $1 coin set, the $5 domed proof coin, the half-ounce ingot, and the tetradecagon 50-cent CUNI coin, which has been released for several years. Probably more interesting is the Christmas coin, the 50-cent coin, which you may recall has come out for the last few years in different coloured cards. This year the coin is actually coloured itself, as well as in different coloured cards, and it's only $10. So kudos to the mint for creating a coloured coin and not putting the price up on that. So a nice coloured 50-cent coin for $10. And it's quite a nice looking thing too. I had a look at a picture of it this morning. It's not a bad looking coin. It's got a depiction of a Christmas beetle on it. And as usual, that coin is available in a silver proof version as well. So I think the Christmas coin is probably going to be a bit more popular this year with some colour on it than the previous years. Now, I will just say, if you are interested in any of these releases, do let us know and we'll register your interest, but just do take into account that we'll be giving preferential treatment to people that have supported us over the last few months and buy things other than $2 coins. Right, let's have a look at some comments before we continue on. Hello, Greg, Todd, Gary, Ben, Patrick, another Patrick, Jason, Darren, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. It was good to see you in here on the weekend. John, David. Oop, it just scrolled. Sorry about that. Ogie, Glenn, Powell, Tanya, Dan, and Mick and Aaron and Shane and Cherie. Patrick says it's not right. We should be able to get what we want as a dealer. Unfortunately, Patrick, that's not how it works. Otherwise, yeah, it's just not how it works. Right, more news. Let's just jump into some more news here. So the Adelaide Coin and Banknote Expo is only about 8 weeks away. That's on October 1st, 2nd and 3rd, which is a long weekend at the beginning of October. The Royal Australian Mint will definitely not be in attendance. Okay, so please don't come along thinking the Royal Australian Mint is going to be there. They will definitely not be in attendance. There's all the dates and details there. Torrens Parade Grounds, which is on the corner of Victoria Parade and Victoria Drive and King William Road in the middle of the city there. Free entry, free parking. over the 3 days of the long weekend. No entrance fee. There will be raffles and door prizes and all that sort of stuff. There is going to be an overprinted PNC produced for the show, and I can just share a picture of that with you here. There is the overprinted PNC there. It's 150 years of the Overland Telegraph. It is loosely related to Adelaide because the Overland Telegraph started, I believe, in Port Augusta before making its way up to Darwin. So that PNC will be overprinted with the Numismatic Society of South Australia logo and then the name of the organisation at the bottom there. There's going to be 200 of those. Number one is going to be a raffle prize at the show. Number 2 is going to be auctioned online, and the balance will be allocated to dealers that have tables at the shows. The price of that is going to be $35. So if you are going to go to the expo, you may be able to grab one of those PNCs. It's going to be difficult to get one otherwise with such a limited release. And I think the fact that Richard, who's organising the expo, has managed to get an overprinted Australia Post PNC with a Royal Australian Mint coin in it makes it a pretty desirable product. So if you are going to come along to the expo, make sure that you get hold of one of those. I'll just jump back to the news here. Zimbabwe gold coins, I've talked about these I think 3 weeks in a row now. They are 1 ounce 22 carat gold coins that have been released in Zimbabwe to try and curb inflation. They did an initial release of 1,500 of those 1 ounce coins, and they've now done another release of another 2,000 of those coins. So that's 3,500 1 ounce coins that the Zimbabwe government has released. They're called Mosi Otanya, which is a regional language that has something to do with Victoria Falls, which is in Zimbabwe. Interestingly, 85% of those coins have been purchased in local currency, so that's people getting out of Zimbabwe dollars and getting it into gold, which is a really good idea because, of course, Zimbabwe at the moment has inflation of about 300%, so those Zimbabwe dollars are worth about 25% less per month, and of course if you put it into gold then you are hedging against inflation. I read a really interesting article this week about an ancient Roman coin that was found on a shipwreck off the coast of Israel, and I'll just pop up a picture of it here. There's the coin there. So this is a coin that was issued under Roman Emperor Antoninus Pius, and that was about 145 or 144 AD, so getting closer to 2,000 years ago. And you can see there that it has a depiction of a crab on it, and that is a zodiac symbol. I believe the crab is Capricorn. I don't know much about zodiac stuff, but I believe it's Capricorn. It's one of 13 zodiac coins that were released in 144 AD and minted under the name of Antoninus Pius. They're big bronze drams, about 20 grams, so about twice the size and weight of a 20-cent piece. It's Cancer. Thank you, Sandy. The crab is Cancer. I don't know my zodiacs. Anyway, so one of 13 coins that were released. Astrology was big in ancient Rome, and these were released as part of a lunar, an astrological festival that was held in, I believe, in the Middle East at about AD 135. So never seen this type of coin. And I did do a bit of research on the value. They are very valuable, these coins. We're talking $2,000 or $3,000 each. And this one was found in a small hoard on a shipwreck off the coast of Israel. A pretty fabulous find and a really interesting type of coin that I've not seen before. I'd love to own one, but I don't want to pay for it. So pleased to be able to share that one with you. We'll just jump back to the last of the news here, and I thought I would just cover quickly counterfeit coins, because we did talk last week about counterfeit coins and the XRF gun. In Ireland, someone was found in possession of 1,500 fake €2 coins, and of course here in Australia we do get fake $2 coins showing up. Is it worth faking €2 coins? Well, you know, if you can have them made for 20 euro cents or something and get them into circulation, then absolutely. And then certainly if you can get them into circulation in quantities, then yeah, I guess it is worthwhile. Anyway, the person who was found in possession of those coins has been arrested and charged and had almost €75,000 in assets frozen in their bank accounts and things like that. So probably not worth the risk, I wouldn't have thought, counterfeiting coins. Right. Let's have a look if there's any comments here. Everyone's telling me that the goat is Cancer. Thank you, everyone, for correcting me on that. As I said, I don't know astrology at all. I'm not 100% sure that I even know what star sign I am. I was born in the middle of March. If someone wants to tell me what star sign I am, if I was born in the middle of March. Right, so this week we bought in a whole bunch of these gold coins from various countries in Europe and various dates. So it was pretty unusual, actually. We bought in about 30 European gold coins this week, and they would be the first ones that we bought for several months. I'm not sure why we had such a rush this week. And it just made me think that this is a much more interesting way of holding gold. So many European countries, including France, Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, Austria, they produced during the 1800s and early 1900s gold coins that had 90% purity, and 90% purity is a good amount of gold. So the coins contained a good amount of gold and still stood up to the rigors of circulation. So I'll just pop up an image here of some world gold for you. There's some Russian rubles there. So these coins stood up to the rigors of circulation quite well because they did have a fair bit of silver or copper in them. But they still had a fairly consistent amount of gold in them, which makes them quite tradable on the secondary market. So if you are looking at getting into holding some gold, then I think old European gold is a great way of doing it. You can get it in small denominations. So these are there's a 5 ruble from Russia there, which is about 0.11 of an ounce of gold. I'll just look for another small coin here. Nope, I don't have another small coin here. But you can get Hungarian 5 coronas, Swiss 10 francs, Turkish 5 kurushas, and they are all sort of about 1/10 of an ounce of gold. And what do they sell for? About sort of 10 or 15% above spot price. And that might sound like a lot, but a 1/10 of an ounce 999 gold coin these days, you can quite easily get 20% above spot for those. So, you know, I think the fact that you can hold a historic coin that is getting up to 120 or 130 years old, only pay 10% above spot price for it. So 10% above spot price for this today would be about $320 or $330, and hold a piece of numismatic history in your hands. I think it is a fabulous way of holding some gold. Gold at the moment is down a little bit on what it was, so perhaps if you're looking to add to your gold holdings or get started, then looking for some old European gold like that can be a pretty fun way of owning it. Now, if you're after bigger coins, then you get coins like this here. It's a Dutch 10 guilder, which has got just under 1/5 of an ounce of gold in it. You can, of course, go to sovereigns, which have just under 1/4 of an ounce of gold in them. Swiss 20 francs, I'll see if I can find one of those. Swiss 20 francs are probably amongst my most favourite coin because I do love the design on them, but I'm not going to be able to find one, unfortunately. There's a Belgian 10 guilder. I think, oh, there we go. It's not a Swiss 10 franc. This is a French rooster. So these are French 20 francs. They have a rooster on them, and again, just under 1/5 of an ounce of gold. So, you know, 1/5 of an ounce of gold is about $530 would be about the retail price for those. Much better way of holding gold, I think, than just generic 999 gold. And actually, sometimes it's going to be cheaper than generic 999 gold. Certainly, if you were to come and sell that back to us here, and a lot of those coins we bought back off of someone that had bought them off of us a few years ago, our what we call our spread on them, so the difference between what we pay for them and what we sell them for, means that you don't need much of a movement in the gold price to make money on them, and he's made money on most of those coins in the last 3 years because of the change in the gold price. So great way of owning gold. If you are interested in some, do keep an eye out on our website because it will be popping up in the next couple of weeks, a lot of those gold coins. Right, let's have a look at the comments here. Sandy says I might be an Aries. I don't think I'm an Aries. I have a feeling I might be a Pisces now that I think about it, and I think Dan has said that because his birthday is a couple days before mine. So my birthday is on March the 15th, the Ides of March. Right, Philip has a question here for me. Hang on, Facebook has lithium batteries. Right, so Philip says lithium batteries and numismatic products, how to remove without damaging, destroying the presentation, and are dealers now required to attach a label advising purchaser not to swallow? Now, that's a great point. I don't think... Yeah, I don't know. I know that there was legislation being put through Parliament to address lithium batteries. I'm not sure if it's actually passed into law yet. I don't know what the requirements are. I'll be honest with you, we've probably only ever had less than 10 coins in here that had lights in them. And I did look at one to try and work out how to put another battery in it because it had gone flat and you couldn't open it. So, and I'm not sure what burden there is on the secondary market to provide warning labels. So, for example, if you do... We've got some digital scales out the front with pen cells in them, and they probably they will have to come with a warning label. But if I was to buy one of those and then sell it secondhand in 6 months, do I have to provide that warning label as well? You'd have to look into the legislation for that to work that out. But certainly I'd imagine that the Royal Australian Mint and Perth Mint and other issuing bodies would have to provide warning labels with those items, or to seal them so that you couldn't get the batteries out. And as I mentioned, the one coin that did have a light in it here that I tried to change the battery for, you couldn't get into it without destroying it. So I'm not sure if you need to provide a warning for that. Right, that's it for today. It's lunchtime. So I'd like to thank everyone for taking part today. And as usual, if you do have any questions or things you'd like us to talk about, please let us know, and we'll do our best to pop it into a video. If you are interested in any of those products that I talked about before, please let us know as well, and just do keep in mind that we will be supporting those people who have been supporting us. Thank you everyone for watching. Happy collecting, stay safe, and we'll see you the same time next week.